Hello and welcome back to Sakura Swim Club. Right, quick note before I start this part. This is a separate recording session from the last part, and between then I did a little bit of looking around on the forums as I usually do. Turns out this one's actually got some full-on smut in it, which means that I might have to cut some bits of this game out of the Let's Play. But I'm not sure yet, because this is the Steam version. This doesn't have the decensoring patch. So honestly, at this point, I don't know if I'll have to trim anything out or not. Usually, if it's on Steam, I can get all of it onto YouTube without issue. So we'll see. As I say, I really hate having to cut the smut stuff out, at least partially because those videos get a hell of a lot of views. But let's face it, that's the reason why I'm having to limit myself to 15-minute parts, because YouTube are really, really pissy when it comes to smut. So, anyway, back to the game in progress. The day quickly passes by, and I find myself walking with Miko to our home. I find it odd that Hiromi isn't with us. Why isn't Hiromi here? Listen, I need to talk to you by myself. Something about this makes me feel really nervous. Okay. Quietly, we both slip into my apartment, and she just stands there, unable to raise her eyes from the ground. What did you want to talk about? I could hear sniffles escaping from Miku. What happened at the swimming club? I think you should know. I know that she was so curious about this incident. No, I know that I was so curious about this incident. Okay. Wake up, Richard. Wake up. But now that I'm here, I'm not sure if I even want to know. I have to be gentle. Miku looks like she's about to break. It's okay, Miku. What happened at the swimming club? A friend of mine? To struggle for her to say anything about it. It was stupid. A stupid accident. But it happened. What happened? We had another friend, long before you came. She used to be part of the swimming club. She was always so full of energy. She could barely contain herself. But then, she doesn't want to say it. She was hit by a car on the way home. The driver was drunk. She suffered a spinal injury, became paralyzed from the waist down. She could no longer swim like she used to. We spent night after night at the hospital, and there wasn't a single moment we weren't there for her. And what she wanted more than anything else was to be able to swim like she once did. But she probably never would again. She tried sneaking in the pool one day and swimming by herself. She couldn't make it to the end without her legs. She nearly drowned. If we'd shown up a few minutes later... Miko trails off. This is why she hates it when people mention drowning around her. She began to hate us. She blamed us for what had happened. Rumours started to spread, and she slowly grew to resent the swimming club. And everyone else began to avoid the swimming club. We lost members until it was just the two of us left. They said they couldn't stand being anywhere near people as terrible as us. This year was the last straw for us. We had to get a new member, or else they were going to shut us down. I didn't know it was this bad. If I hadn't come along... What happened to your friend? She moved away from here. She said she couldn't stand the bad memories. Miko looks sad about it. Why doesn't she remember all the fun we had together? Why did things have to work out this way? She was the only friend I had, other than Hiromi. Now she's so bitter. I wish I could make things right with her, but she refuses to see either of us. Everyone realized what she said was false, but even then there's always that shadow hanging over me. She sits down in my lounge, staring at the floor. I'm scared, Kata. I'm scared that something will happen to you and you'll hate us too. Please, if anything happens, please don't hate us. Don't hate me. Please don't hate me. And she finally looks up to me, her watery eyes pleading with me. I have to be gentle with her. One wrong move and it looks like she'll fall apart. I couldn't possibly hate you. I head over to her and embrace her in a strong hug. And she starts crying, great waterworks pouring from her eyes. Her true feelings are laid bare for me to see. This is Miko, she truly is. Someone very warm, very vulnerable. She called me today, this morning, just to tell me how much she hated me. I couldn't take it. I'm here for you, Miko. Everything's fine, okay? Everything's fine? For the longest time, she just stands there. Can I stay here? Just for today? Sure. Stay for as long as you like. Okay. Even Money says they completely undermine what little emotional weight that scene had by having him walk in on her while she's changing or something like that with any time within the next 5 minutes or so. Calling it right now. Miko stayed the night. I let her sleep in my living room. I hope she's feeling better now. Hey Miko, are you awake yet? That was literally 30 seconds. I mean, I'm impressed. I was assuming they'd at least have the decency to give it, a couple of minutes, but Jesus Christ. Miko looks back indignantly at me. She's wearing the blue striped panties today. Just like when... Oh dear, the blood's rushing to my face, I'm thinking about it. You know this is how I get uncomfortable? How I get comfortable? And with a huff, she turns her back to me. Just don't say anything this time, okay? Just this once. This doesn't necessarily feel embarrassing. But even so, is this really okay? There's something very intimate about it. Still, she asked me not to comment on it. Okay, let's pretend there's nothing unusual. So, you've learned your lesson from last time? When I get comfortable, don't say anything. Deal. Even so, I can't stop my eyes from wandering. That shirt and the panties. It's Nope. Can't think of it that way. What are you saying? Nothing. I take a few deep breaths to calm myself down. All I have to do is pretend that nothing is unusual. But she isn't crying now. In fact, she looks a lot better than she did yesterday. Feels like when we're at swimming club together. Miko. What? I'm glad you're feeling better. I couldn't bear to see you so sad. It doesn't make me happy to hear you say that at all. I guess I was being cheesy then. Sorry. That's right. You can't read the atmosphere at all. You're so dense. Saying things like that to a girl you aren't even dating. What is this obsession with the idea that men and women can't be friends? It's entirely possible. I mean, I'd have to do a quick headcount, but I'm willing to bet a fairly sizable chunk of my Facebook friends are women. As I say, I'm not saying it's a majority. I'm not saying it's it's probably not even 50%, but there are a reasonable number of them, and I am friends with them. It's not difficult to be friends with a woman without wanting to sleep with them. What does dating have to do with it? I didn't say anything. No, I really don't get her at all. Yesterday she was crying her eyes out. But now she's rebounded to her usual self. But I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. When you first showed up at the swimming club, I never thought you'd last. I thought you'd have left us like everyone else. How could I? That is my phone, excuse me for one moment. Sorry about that interruption there. Just a quick update on how my grandfather is doing. I don't know if you've seen the vlog I posted yesterday at time of this recording. But yeah. Anyway. I don't care what the rumours say about you. Miko is Miko. Nothing anyone else says will change that. Her face goes so red as I say that. Stop it with the sweet talk. She shifts around nervously then. It's morning now. I need to go home soon. Oh, yeah, you're right. You can stay a bit longer though if you... That won't be necessary. Jill quickly puts her clothes back on and heads for the door. But I just want to tell you, Keda, thank you for everything. And with that, she leaves without another word. Miko didn't turn up at swimming practice today. She must have headed straight home. Hiromi isn't here either. So it's just me swimming endlessly back and forth, all alone. I wonder if Miko's okay. Usually when I dive in I can forget about my worries, but now I'm more worried than ever. Hopefully she'll turn up soon. But the afternoon passes and no one else turns up to swimming practice. And dark clouds begin to surge from the horizon. Oh, damn it, am I going to have to walk home in the rain? Even Money's predicting some sort of wet shirt, t-shirt, or similar object at some point in the near future. Calling it right now. It's getting to the point where I could really predict these games. Let's face it, because this is... I'm trying to think. There was Sakura Spirit, Sakura Angel, Sakura Fantasy, Sakura Beach, and this is Sakura Swim Club. So, is this the 5th one of these that I've done? Or am I missing one? I think this is the 5th one, but there could be one I'm forgetting about. As I stand outside the front of the school, I notice a familiar-looking figure walking alone in the rain. Hiromi? Yep, calling it right now. She's going to end up with a very wet top or possibly bottom half. And no, that is not an innuendo. Somebody's going to comment on it, but that's not what I meant, and you know it. Kada, why are you here so late? She isn't herself today. Something's wrong, very wrong. Are you okay? I'm fine. Really, I'm just fine. She doesn't sound it, though. And with the rain pelting down on her, she's going to catch cold. Look, we need to get you somewhere warm. There's no way you can walk home in this. Look, my apartment's closer than your house. We can head there. If you wish. She doesn't particularly seem to care, though. Come on, then. I lead her along by the hand through the suburbs. And it takes a few minutes of running to make it back to my apartment. Both of us thoroughly soaked by the time we make it inside. It's unusually cold today, and I can't stop myself from shivering. As I look back at Hiromi, she still has that sullen look in her face. What's wrong, Hiromi? I hate the rain. The tone of her voice sounds extremely flat. It reminds me of certain things. She looks out the window as waves of cold droplets fall to the earth. Don't you hate the rain too? I don't really hate the rain. She looks towards me with sad eyes. I envy you at times. You seem so unbothered by things. Miko scolds you and you shrug it off. You never worry about your studies. How do you do it? How do you not feel anything? I feel things more than you think. Then how do you hide it so well? Please tell me, how do you do it? Why do you want to hide how you feel? Because I'm hurting. I don't want to see, and I don't want Miko seeing how badly I hurt. I'm supposed to be the reliable one. Gradually she slumps down on the wall. I'm supposed to be the one who keeps her cool. Have you ever thought that friends depend on one another? We lean on each other, not just on one person. And you can lean on me if you need to. Absently, she turns to look at me. Do you really mean that? Of course I mean it, you're my friend. Look, if you need help, I'll gladly give it to you. And you should know more about what I'm dealing with. I told you that I visited my mother. Hiromi struggles to say what comes next. She's in hospital right now. It's cancer. Okay, game. No. Sorry about this, but you have not earned... you can't just drop cancer in there for cheap emotional thing. There are some things... For the record, I don't believe that anything is outside the bounds of what can be covered in literature. But, with that said, there are some things that you have to have... I don't want to say respectability. You have to treat them with the respect and the reverence that they deserve. And terminal illness is right up there with the things that you really have to be careful how you cover them. As I said, I'm not saying you shouldn't bring up cancer in video games. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, this is not the right goddamn game to be doing it in. Because you can guarantee, I'm not kidding, I am guaranteeing that sometime not long after this scene, she's going to be, soaking wet and nearly naked. I'm guaranteeing it, because these games are incredibly predictable. So, yeah. As I say, terminal illness is a very, very serious thing that deserves treating with a bit of respect, which frankly I don't think this game is going to, but look, either way, that's, after a bit of a rant from me, that's a reasonable point to end this part. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.